My worst decision ever. Oh my Lord. Let me tell you, this story does have a happy ending, but it has been a long road. And for all of you guys that are out there thinking, okay, Brian's upset with Indian Motorcycle and finally the truth is coming out and he reveals his disgust with the Indian brand, not gonna happen. I love this motorcycle. It's the best. No, what I'm talking about is my worst decision regarding an upgrade I've done to this motorcycle that has just turned out to be a complete nightmare. Look, I love everything I've done to this bike. Everything from these pinnacle mirrors, the front fender, a 19-inch wheel that I put on there, the Indian war bonnet, my Buffalo brand horn, the big bore kit, the simple things like my highway pegs, my custom seat that I had made for me, my Freedom windshield. Oh my God, these shields are the best. But I gotta tell you, man, it's been exhausting. And when I say that, I mean literally my exhaust has been the biggest pain in the neck for me. And I'm making this video to save you guys money and aggravation so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. What was my number one mistake I've made with the exhaust? Gotta be going to Tue Duals. I don't know if I can say it's my number one mistake because my biggest mistake was the one I just made and corrected. But let me tell you, if you're thinking about upgrading your exhaust system and replacing your headers, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, don't do a Tue Dual system. I know a lot of you have them and like them, but for me and for a lot of people like me, when you do a Tue Dual, you're going to lose torque, you're going to lose power. Yeah, it sounds great, perfect, wonderful, but there's a lot of great sounding systems out there that you're not going to lose torque or power with. I had just done my stage 2 cams and I thought, you know what, it's time to get rid of the heat from the cat. I live in Florida, so, oh brother, it gets hot down here, let me tell you. So I put on the Tue Dual system. The second I started my bike and pulled it out of the driveway, I knew I had lost power. Oh my God, pain and devastation like you cannot believe. So what did I have to do? Not only did I pay for the headers and you know, do all that work, but now I had to go buy a tuner and get my bike tuned. And to be honest, I got most of the power back that I had lost. But for cripe's sake, I did the Tue Dual system so I could improve my performance. But I went on the forums and as soon as I said, hey man, I just bought a Tue Dual system and I lost all this power, everybody's like, yep, that's gonna happen. I was like, shit.
You dumbass.
I was fine for a while and then I went to a big bore kit and we've all seen the videos on that, and the big bore kit, amazing, unbelievable. I tell you what, the power increase was fantastic. Now, shortly thereafter, because I knew I wasn't going to live with the factory flash for the big bore kit, and I figured, you know what, it's time to go to a 2-into-1 system, which everybody says creates the most horsepower. I won't diverge too much into why that is, but it has something to do with scavenging, and you can look for videos on that subject, and maybe I'll put a link down below. By the way, it's not back pressure, which a lot of people seem to think it is, but the term is scavenging, and it's just has something to do real quick with how the exhaust gases mix and create turbulence inside of the chamber, and if you have a 2-into-1 system, it helps with that.
I lied. I'm not a scientist.
And so that's what I did. I got my Freedom Performance 2-into-1. I got the power boost. I got it tuned. Man, it was running great. 126 foot-pounds of torque, almost 114 horsepower. Phenomenal. Pleased. Unbelievable. Couldn't be happier. Except, you know, I have this hearing problem. I've got really bad tinnitus. And I thought, you know what, I need to quiet this thing down a little bit. So what did I do? I called the guys at Freedom Performance and I said, hey, do you have a quieter baffle than the standard baffle? And they're like, absolutely, of course we have a quiet baffle. I'd love to sell you one. $150, give me your credit card number, we'll ship it out to you. I did. They did. I put it in. Guess what? Wah, wah, wah. Loss of power. Yes, it was quieter, but guess what? Sounds terrible. It rattled. It sounded crappy. It sounded worse than the factory system, which honestly, I hate the way it sounds. Man, I lived with that for probably 3 or 4 months, but the worst part was the power loss. You know, you put all this money into a big bore kit and exhaust and all that crap, and you want performance, especially if that's what you're trying to achieve, right? Which is what my goal is performance. I want to have power and reserves when I need it. Well, long story short, which I know it's too late for that. So a few weeks ago, I called the guys back at Freedom Performance and I said, this quiet baffle is killing me. It's eating my heart out. I'd even put it up on a dyno and measured the power loss. I went from 126 to 122 foot-pounds of torque. Doesn't sound all that drastic, does it? Well, let me tell you, my friends, it's pathetic. Especially after you spend all that money on a big bore kit. So, my friend Oscar over there charges me another $150 for another baffle, sends me the standard baffle back. I put it in last night, and let me tell you, I am in love again. Thank God I still have my tuner that has all the older tunes loaded into it. I loaded the old tune first thing this morning, on my way to work, by the way. Let's see, how late am I? I'm late. Loaded it up this morning, and praise Jesus, good Lord Almighty, I got all of my power back. I am so happy today. You know what, I gotta tell you, it's not as loud as the previous standard baffle, and I think that has to do with the fact that the baffle material deteriorates over time. It's just fiberglass and steel wool. And I think going forward, what I need to do is just rewrap the baffle. Not easy to do, by the way, if you've ever tried it. That's my story, kids. Not as bad as eating gas station sushi regret, or ordering the salad instead of the chicken wings when you know that's what you want. Of course, I do need to order more salads. Or getting behind a school bus on your way to work. Urgh. Anyway, that's my story. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you all. Two Indians. Ow.